Your channel has accessed crucial CCTV blast footage from the Opera House on the 13th of July. On your screen, you're going to see CCTV footage that has captured the moment of the blast at Opera House on the 13th of July, in fact, when these particular blasts took place. I beg your pardon. And if you see on your screens, it was 6:55 p.m. There were scores of people on the top right-hand side. You can see 6:55 as per the critical timing of the CCTV footage. This is near Opera House, located on Chandni Road in Mumbai. About 10 seconds later, a white Wagoner, which you can also see in the pictures, is seen entering the camera frame, which we'll show you just as we rewind these pictures from the top left corner. This is after the blast, but right before it, this Wagoner was entering that space, and 10 seconds later, after it had entered, about 8 seconds later, the explosion happened where 8 people managed to escape and some collapsed on the spot. The explosion lasting for a mere 8 seconds, just a foot ahead of the car, one man managing to scramble away, and you can see the smoke and debris cloud the view as well. Deepal, joining us in the Mumbai Newspit, can explain these pictures better. Deep.
That's right, Maruk. In fact, let me first tell you where this camera is. As we all know, this blast took place at Opera House, very close to the Panchratna building, which is the diamond hub of Mumbai. And it is believed that that particular area has about 60 cameras, 60 CCTV cameras. Now, this particular camera is fixed right above the rear exit gate of the building. And the bomb, as we can all make out from these pictures, exploded diagonally opposite this gate. That is what we have been told. In fact, we have also been told by Mumbai police sources that this is the footage that the Mumbai police are hoping will give them a crucial breakthrough. Now, it's exactly at about 6:55 p.m. as we can see in the beginning of this particular footage. There are people on the streets in Opera House. It's a busy evening, and 10 seconds later, just as a white Wagoner car is seen entering the camera frame, as we have seen from the top left corner, the explosion takes place. Now, we see 7 or 8 people scrambling away, some of them collapsing on the spot, and the explosion lasts for a very brief period of time. It's less than 10 seconds as the explosion is seen to last. And the explosion takes place just ahead of the car. One man is in fact seen in the cloud cover, in the smoke cover. We can even see one person scrambling away. And as the smoke and debris gradually clear, we can see bodies strewn across the road. There is one man who we see in the frame crouching. In fact, on the bottom right corner, he's trying to possibly gesture to ask someone to move away, or he's possibly trying to ask for some kind of help to be able to get away. In fact, of the people who escaped the shrapnel just after the explosion, we can even see them trying to get away from the spot. Some people on the ground stirred. That possibly shows that they're still alive. But about 4 people we see seem to be alive. The rest seem to have died on the spot. Now, it takes a few seconds for these people to find their feet, because very understandably they're completely stunned. We even see one man struggling to his feet, while others also try to get up, try to leave this spot. Now, Maruk, if we very, very closely see the footage, there is one person who we can see, in fact, standing very close to this spot. The smoke is just about clearing. We can see this man with his entire hand covered in blood, and his clothes have been torn to shreds. He moves around. In fact, instead of moving out of the area, he first tries to somehow reach the people still on the ground, possibly to check if they're alive, possibly to get them out of there somehow. And then more people are seen coming in who start gathering their belongings, whatever is strewn around. They try to ensure that these people who have, in fact, in this blast been affected, they can be moved out. And the man who all this while was right in the center of the frame now sits down.
Right, Deep, stay on with us because Vivek Narayan is on the phone line with us. Vivek, you were at the Opera House right after the blast took place, and you saw exactly what was happening there. Now, this is critical CCTV footage. Obviously, the investigators will be studying this to see any kind of suspicious movement. But describe to us this area and what you saw after the blast had taken place, so that we are able to piece together exactly what happened.
Mahrukh, I was among the first journalists to reach the location, this particular location. I reached there at around 7:12, about 13 minutes or 15 minutes after the blast actually happened. I could see the headlights of the white-colored Wagoner, which you can see in our frame. Initially, the understanding was that the explosion happened inside the car, but later we came to know that the explosive substance was kept about a meter away from where the car was passing through. So one thing that is very clear from this footage is that this car actually saved a lot of lives. Most of the explosive substances, most of the splinters which were flung from the explosion did not hit the intended targets. This car acted as a defense for many of the people. Actually, people can thank that car for being in that position, and that's precisely why they were saved. Also remember, Mahrukh, this, as you said, is a very critical evidence for investigators. They will be looking at these pictures very keenly. They'll be queuing the pictures, looking on who went there. They know on the far left-hand side top is where we see, somewhere around there is where the explosive substance is kept. And that is what the investigating agencies will also be very keenly looking at. Mahrukh?
Vivek Narayan there. This is footage that Times Now has got. Remember, this is footage that is extremely crucial to the investigations of the blast that happened in Mumbai on the 13th of July.